Long before borders were drawn and cities were named, Africa spoke through stories, stories told by firelight, stories carried by drums, songs, and memory. These were not just tales for entertainment. They were lessons, warnings, and mirrors of life. Welcome to Tales of Africa. This is where those voices return. In a small village at the edge of the savannah, there lived an old storyteller named Kofi. Every evening, as the sun fell behind the acacia trees, children would gather around him, their faces glowing in the soft firelight. One night, a young girl with curious eyes named Emma asked Kofi, "Why do we tell stories when the past is already gone? Why must we remember what we cannot see?" Kofi smiled, a gentle, knowing smile that crinkled the corners of his eyes. He placed another log on the crackling fire, sending a shower of sparks into the dark sky. "The past never truly leaves us, my child," he said, his voice as warm as the embers. "It only waits to be remembered. Our stories are the threads that connect us to the roots of our great baobab tree. Without them, we are just leaves scattered by the wind with no home to return to." He began to tell them a story. He told them of kings who ruled with wisdom, listening to the whispers of the river, and of others who felt a pride, deafened by the roar of their own power. He spoke of brave warriors who fought not for glory or land, but for the safety of their people and the future of their children. He described farmers who understood that the land listens to how it is treated, rewarding kindness with abundance and neglect with famine. He painted pictures of great famines and joyous feasts, of heartbreaking loss and the unyielding spirit of survival through his words. He showed them how Africa endured, how it healed, and how it grew strong. As the fire burned lower and the stars brightened overhead, Kofi's gaze moved from one child to the next. "Each story I tell you," he said softly, "is not mine. It was given to me, and now it belongs to you. When you remember it, Africa remembers itself when you share it. You breathe life back into our ancestors." That night, the children returned to their homes carrying more than just words in their minds. They carried the weight and wonder of their history. They carried an identity that was strong, deep, and unbreakable. Africa's story is not a single story. It is a vast collection of many voices, many paths, and many truths. Some were written in books and carved in stone, but so many more were never written at all, passed down from one heart to another. Here are Tales of Africa. We believe these stories must not be lost to silence. We are dedicated to finding them, sharing them, and keeping them alive for generations to come. If you believe that stories matter, that our history shapes our future, then subscribe to this channel, listen to these voices, share them with others, remember them. Because when Africa's stories live, Africa lives. Thank you for listening.